Hey guys, this is Cody from Zoo Pak Athletic Club and the Be Beautiful Foundation, our nonprofit organization geared towards getting individuals living with intellectual and developmental disabilities involved in sports by promoting a healthy and active lifestyle through personal fitness and licensed professional counseling services. Through Zoo Pak Athletic Club, as a coach and a trainer and an athlete myself, I help guide our athletes and with other coaches provide feedback to the team that keeps all of our guys and girls going on their athletic journey. And I use a lot of that feedback to be able to just bring an open and honest opinion on different training modules, the gear we use, nutrition, sports psychology. We do a little bit of everything to really give a comprehensive approach to what it means to be an athlete. As a sports psychologist, I get a lot of feedback from a lot of athletes about indecision and confidence building, and the first thing we always talk about is just finding an honest source where we can make informed decisions, and that's what we're going to try to do today. Thank you everyone for sticking with me through this new journey. For anyone that's been following my athletic career as a ex-motorcycle racer turned triathlete and cyclist, this video vlogging is a little bit new to me. For anyone that's already subscribed to our online newsletter and blog, that is Zoo News, which can be found at zoopak, ZOOPAKAC.com. Look for the tab for Zoo News, and you can also find us online at bebeautifulfoundation.org, on Instagram and Facebook at Zoo Pak Athletic Club and Be Beautiful Foundation. Has all of our information, how to get involved, and for the Be Beautiful Foundation, a donation link. If you would like to get involved or support our athletes, any donations you make going into 2025 will directly provide services to our families and athletes in need. We are talking sports entry fees, gear, personal training, counseling services that are delivered both in-home and in the community, and help get our team out to those local group events that we run with the town's rec programs to get as many youth involved in any of the sports that we're working with. So with all that, I want to talk a little bit about Rudy Project today. This is one of my favorite sponsors, a huge supporter of us, why we love them, why I love these helmets. We're going to talk a little bit about this helmet specifically and how it saved me. So who is Rudy Project? They are an Italian company that's been innovating since 1985. They've been around for a while. They've been seen at the world cycling stage, as well as most recently on very fast at Kona, the world championship for triathlon. They're an established brand. In my eyes, I think they make some of the best looking equipment to offer, including helmets, sunglasses. I'm going to talk about helmets today, but two of my favorite pair of glasses are the Spin Shield Airs and the Spin Shields. They come in a wide array of colors, matching a lot of the helmets. And in addition to that, just a lot of really cool technology going into these helmets I'm going to talk about when it comes to safety. Okay, in addition, they have their Ride to Zero sustainability philosophy. We know at Zoo Pak Athletic Club, we care a lot about having an important initiative within the community that goes further. That's why we have the Be Beautiful Foundation. Rudy Project has Ride to Zero. They're really climate conscientious, and they do what they can to reduce their net impact on the environment in all of their products. They use things like bioplastics that are more degradable. They use economical packaging, and they really prioritize durability. So the cool thing about durability is their stance is the longer their products last, by helping future proofs through style. None of your stuff is going to become outdated. You're not going to be worried about looking funny if you're a triathlete. Some of the gear we wear, you probably don't worry about that anyway, but this stuff is going to be around for a long time, and you're going to look great in it for a long time. In addition, making products that are durable and long lasting. This helmet specifically, anyone following my journey knows that about 2 months ago, before the surgery, I was involved in a big crash down Maryland. GPS shows that we were going about 31 miles an hour. When I got caught up in a pileup, went over the bars, ended up hitting my head, specifically the back of my head. This helmet kept me safe. It kept kept me from serious injury even after I got ridden over by what felt like half the peloton. In fact, this helmet held up so well, both inside and out, that if I didn't know I hit my head, I wouldn't have believed it myself. Even looking on the inside, none of their foam got condensed. I do have some notes with me. I'll find it. I believe they refer to their foam as EPA or EPS foam. Essentially, it is just a durable inner lining that helps keep your head safe in the event of a crash. And I have to say, Nytron can take a hit. And that goes a really long way for me. So well so that I would probably continue to ride in this helmet for easy training days, or going out for a local ride. Looks good. I don't see any damages, but you know, from years of racing motorcycles and seeing a lot of crashes, I know that just because you don't see the foam get condensed or cracked all the way through doesn't mean that there's not something immediately under the shell. So just to be safe, I picked up a new helmet. That way I have a new race day helmet that I can be fully confident in. As you can see, tags are still on it. Haven't even had a chance to wear it yet. Took advantage of the Black Friday sales, which is awesome that Rudy Project offers sales throughout the year. With that, let's talk a little bit more about some of the technologies. I'm going to continue to reference some of my notes, that way I don't miss anything that we want to talk about. First and foremost, Rudy Project has inside their helmets this inner net. A lot of other systems have something similar. It's what they refer to as the rotational impact protection system. And why an inner rotational system is important is because when you wear this helmet, what that does is it allows the helmet to still move around a little bit while keeping this inner system tight on your head. The reason you want your helmet to be able to move is in the event of a crash, it allows the helmet to rotate around your skull and dissipate some of those forces from the impact. That's really important in preventing serious injuries to your head and dissipating some of those forces that might lead to things like concussion. As a neuropsychology researcher, having worked as a cognitive therapist forever, as an ex-boxer and motorcycle racer, I've seen a lot of head injuries. So the fact that Rudy Project actually went out of its way to reference some of the brain injury data is really important to me. They specifically utilized some of the data from the referencing the brain injury criterion value that was being used for college football players. That's it. So they were looking at some of the data that was involved with concussion and brain injury in college football players, high impact athletes, to decide at what degree, what value, what benchmark threshold they needed to provide a safe quality helmet. So you know when you're wearing a Rudy Project Nytron that your head is as safe as the helmet's designed to take high impacts in contact sports such as college football by some incredible athletes hitting each other with some tremendous force. So that's really cool to see Rudy Project go that extra mile. In the newer Egos, what's even cooler is they want to step above that, and they utilize the data from motorcycle racing helmets and adopted their standards from the ECE safety rating. Now, that ECE rating is actually a rating that's required for racing motorcycle helmets. Any motorcycle helmet that goes to a racetrack in America needs to be ECE certified. It's their latest standard for safety. And believe it or not, there are helmets that are not ECE certified in the motorcycle racing world, and you're not allowed to race with those because they have been deemed unsafe compared to the newest technology. Those same safety standards have been derived and implemented into the Egos. So it's really, really cool to see that super high benchmark for safety make its way into the cycling community. Some of the smaller items, such as the clasps on the Nytron, it's your basic snap attachment retaining system. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Seems like the approach they took with this helmet. Just like any other helmet I've worn, I love it, it works great. They took that a little further with the Egos, and they actually adopted what they're referring to as the Fidlock, and it contains a magnet in it, so it's really cool. They market it as being able to Hook your helmet with one hand. If you get it even close to where it needs to go, it's going to snap in, and it's super easy to get off. And, you know, it's something different. It's innovative. I like it. It's something cool. I will say, I have personally in triathlon, especially, you're coming out of the water, you're rushed, and I've had times where I was fiddling, trying to get my helmet on, where everything's going fast, and this eliminates that problem. I did the Xterra outdoor triathlon wearing this helmet. I use this helmet a lot for mountain biking. It vents super well. It's super comfortable, a lot of visibility. And coming out of the water, I got this helmet on, got the helmet magnet even close to where it needed to go, and it snaps right on. I didn't have to deal with that problem. Did it really save me a lot of time? Maybe. Did it save me a headache and stress? Absolutely. So if it's one of those things that you enjoy, if you like a company that tries to innovate, you know, it's just another positive. One of the nice things with the Egos is both helmets have this ergo divider that helps keep your chin strap in place without it loosening up. They made it a little more intuitive on the Egos to be able to tighten and untighten it pretty easily. That was a nice touch. With the Nytron, it took me a minute to figure out. It was nothing too complicated, but you know, always looking at a company that's trying to improve upon itself goes a really long way for me. One thing I will say about that divider system is it does work pretty well. I have absolutely ridden with helmets, in particular in my first triathlon ever, where it had a weak clasp and the helmet ended up popping off. I've had other helmets where I was riding and, you know, after a while they kind of just loosened. That doesn't happen at all with the Egos. You know, just something else to think about, something that's really cool that I enjoyed, that I liked. Let's talk about the Nytron a little bit further. The Nytron is actually marketed as a aero helmet, so let's talk a little bit numbers and performance. So riding in a aero position at about 200 watts, wearing the Nytron in a TT position on a TT bike, you know, in the aero bars, it's going to save you about 3.2 watts is what Rudy's claiming, at about 200 watts riding, which is going to equate to 28 seconds over a half Ironman, or about 56 seconds over a full Ironman with the size medium. You know, almost 30 seconds to a minute, depending on how good your position is, you know, over the course of 56 or 112 miles. Is that something to necessarily brag about? You know, I don't know, maybe. In Ironman, for my really ambitious goals where we know we can get to, I know that on a perfect day I need every minute that matters. So if I know I might be able to save a minute, maybe a little bit more in a really aggressive position, I might lean for something like this. To be honest, I'm fortunate enough to be able to have the Rudy Wing, which is their full TT aero helmet, so I'm probably not going to use this in the TT position. But on race day on my road bikes, I absolutely will be wearing this helmet, even above the Egos. This is my race day helmet. So let's talk on a road bike. Being up on the bars in a relatively comfortable position is what their diagram looks like on the website. Up on the hoods, they are claiming about 1.9 watt savings while riding at about 250 watts over 100K. That's going to equate to about 14 seconds over 100K. So again, a lot of time saving, not so much, but those numbers are obviously going to increase if you can get down into a really aggressive position where you might see some of those aero gains. I'm going to talk about real world where it makes a difference. I have absolutely worn helmets that get buffeted by the wind. I remember especially in motorcycle racing where we're racing at high triple digit speeds, wind becomes a really big factor. Your head starts to bounce around from the wind if you don't have a really stable helmet. It affects your vision. It really makes you nervous to go fast. I have personally taken this helmet down Keene's Descent at Lake Placid, you know, one of the best rides in America if you can make it up to Lake Placid, New York. The site is just absolutely beautiful, and Keene's Descent is this beautiful, I think it's about 4.5 mile descent where you're hitting speeds of about 50 miles an hour if you can really push it. This helmet, super stable at high speeds, no buffeting at all, really confident, inspiring. There's no head shake, your vision stays right where you need it to be. You don't feel it moving around, you feel really locked in and safe. For me, having that confidence from a helmet that I know is going to perform at speed, that I'm not going to be distracted by or worried about, that in itself is worth the money. And then again, having a helmet that I have personally given a hard hit to, knowing that's going to keep me safe in a high speed crash, and I can really take a hit and go the distance. Again, that durability philosophy coming from Rudy Project, to me this helmet is worth every penny, more so than the upwards of a minute that it might save you in ideal conditions. Having that confidence to go fast is going to save you time in the long run. That's really where this helmet goes that extra mile. So which one am I going to choose? To be honest, if you can pick to have both, I have both for a reason. I love both of these helmets. My absolute favorite helmet I've ever worn, though, is going to be the Egos. So even though I've just got done talking up my go-to race day helmet, absolutely, if I am racing, this is the helmet I am wearing. Unless it's a TT race, I'm wearing a TT helmet. On my road bikes, this is the race day helmet, regardless of conditions, no question about it. If I'm trying to go fast, this is my helmet. If I am going out on a long run or on a hot day where I'm really prioritizing comfort, this is the most comfortable helmet I have ever worn in the Egos. It just fits so amazing. It has this airliner system in it that kind of reminds me of hiking backpacks that have a similar kind of liner with a space in between your back and the backpack to allow ventilation and really keep your body cool without having that sweat condense and get in your eyes. This thing vents amazing, as you can see. It has double density foam in it, so even though I have not tested this, fortunately, supposedly I can take an even better hit than the Nytron and keep your head safe. Their improved retention system keeps everything on the side of your head exactly where it should be. The adjustability knob is the same across all three of these on that inner retention system. There's a micro adjuster to really get the fit perfect. When you put all those things together, just without a doubt, this is my favorite helmet I've ever worn. It is good enough to race in. It's been aero tested. You'll see it on big race days. It feels amazing on a mountain bike. To be honest, if I was going to pick one helmet for all conditions, I would probably pick the Egos. I'm up in the Northeast, so anywhere that I can get a helmet for when it gets a little bit warmer, above 70 degrees, I'm in my Egos. Anything lesser or cooler, I'm probably in my Nytron. As I said, if you can get both, it's money well spent. And then reminder, anyone involved with Zoo Pak Athletic Club or the Be Beautiful Foundation is eligible for a team discounts up to 35% off of all Rudy Project products, depending on the time of the year and what sales they have going on. So if you are looking to get your hands on anything Rudy Project and get coaching, sports counseling, nutrition counseling, whatever it might be, contributing to the cause of the Be Beautiful Foundation, please hit us up, check us out, and we will get you what you need to get into your next Rudy Project helmet. I promise any products you wear by them you're going to love, and their customer support is absolutely incredible. If you have any issues at all and need any assistance, they are always looking out for you, down to calling in from my sponsor after my crash just to make sure I was okay. Rudy Project, definitely 2 thumbs up from us. Hey guys, if you really liked this video, don't forget to give us a like and a follow at Zoo Pak Athletic Club and Be Beautiful Foundation on Facebook and Instagram to see our more detailed blog about Rudy Project and the Nytron and Egos helmets. Check us out online at www.zoopakathleticclub.com. www.zoopakac.com. That's ZOOPAKAC.com. And look for the tabs for Zoo News, our online blog, where you can also subscribe to our newsletter for all things Be Beautiful Foundation and Zoo Pak Athletic Club. That is including our nonprofit venture activities, community outreach events, sports counseling, training tips, and getting connected with your own personal training. Don't forget, anyone associated with Zoo Pak Athletic Club or Be Beautiful Foundation is eligible for any of the discounts with any of our sponsoring brands. With Rudy Project, that may be up to 35% off, as we mentioned. And anyone connected with either the Zoo Pak Athletic Club or Be Beautiful Foundation also receives one free sports counseling session per month, included in your non-commitment monthly training fees. As always, if you want to learn more about the nonprofit organization, check us out at bebeautifulfoundation.org, where we have links to donate. Anything that gets donated for the remainder of this year is going to directly contribute to providing opportunities for individuals living with intellectual and/or developmental disabilities in receiving professional counseling services as well as personal fitness services. And if you would like to learn more about either the Zoo Pak Athletic Club or Be Beautiful Foundation, then please check us out. And you can make a referral to either as needed. And if you liked our content, please look out for us and subscribe to the newsletter as well, so we can keep you up to date on when the newest content is released. Thank you everyone for joining us. We hope to see you next time, and don't forget to #BeBeautiful. Thanks everyone.